I've always loved the movie Alice in Wonderland, specifically the version that came out in 2010 with Johnny Depp. And I've rewatched the movie multiple times, but one significant time that I remember this movie really resonated with me was during lockdown, okay? Whew. And if you remember how lockdown really was, there was just a lot of isolation, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of confusion in the air. And I honestly felt like I was going crazy. I didn't know what tomorrow was gonna look like. I needed some air, and I couldn't really get any. Okay, we was restricted, and crazy is a word that I want you to keep in mind throughout this video because we will be going into that. But I really love the way the movie brings a new interpretation to what crazy even means and what crazy means to the world as well. And it doesn't even let you digest that. It just drops the message on you straight away as the movie starts. It starts off with a scene of these sailors, and one of them, he brings up like some crazy scheme to travel to God knows where, and the other man, in reaction to what the other guy said, he goes, "Are you mad? Like, that's mad. Are you insane? This is impossible, what you're suggesting to me." And then he replies, he says, "The only way to achieve the impossible is to believe it is possible." Let's straight away we are launched into a land of possibility, into a house with an open door. Why? Because he's letting the people know everything that you have your faith in is already the evidence that has the possibility to happen, because every invention started from afar, right? I'm sat in this chair because somebody said enough is enough. Someone said it. You know what? I'm tired of sitting on the floor. My bum is getting hard and cold. I've got to do something about it. And he didn't give up the first time he sat on a chair and it buckled and they left him bruised and abused. He went back in the lab and tried again. And that goes for absolutely everything. Look around you and realize that every good thing was once, in a way, impossible because it wasn't possible. It didn't exist. So impossible is changing every day. How did you know that you will be born in an era where you can be sat across the screen and get some random message that might uplift your spirit from a girl from Manchester? Have you ever been to Manchester in your life? I'm pretty sure you have other top holiday destinations, and Manchester might not be on the top list, which is fair enough. But like, as I'm saying, like, it'll be kind of hard for us to be in contact if we're not even in the same country. How would that have happened in 1865 when Alice in Wonderland is set? Crazy stuff. So everything isn't all what it seems, okay? And then one of the main points that Alice experiences in the movie that actually leads on to her whole story is the fact that she keeps having these dreams. They don't make sense to her. But she always ends up waking up feeling confused, just not fully getting it. And when people are explaining it to her, they also aren't getting it. But her dad, the dad being the captain with the wild ideas, he said to her, all the best people are mad. And that stuck with her. Because sometimes what's crazy to the world is just unexplored territory. It's not that they're crazy, it's that you are behind. Like they're in a whole nother quantum leap and you're still on level 2. So you won't even be able to, the perspective is, what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it's not that the person's crazy, it's just we're not on the same caliber. So you were never meant to get it. It was never gonna be you. If you get it, then you get it, and if you don't get it, then I hope you do at one point because it's some tea. But this is my favorite line that Alice says, and when I rewatched it this most recent time, I think it was like early on in April. Alice is now in a social event. She is at her own proposal party. Like she's got all these people expecting her to say yes to marry this rich and famous lord who will be able to provide her a good and stable life. But she does not mess with this guy. She does not mess with him. And she's thinking, who actually said that I have to get married and settle down and have kids, all for the sake of reputation and family? She says, who's to say what is proper? Let's read that again. Who is to say what is proper? Basically implying that everything we learn is all constructed ideology. Yes, some of it is more agreeable than others, but at the end of the day, to some degree, it was taught to us, right? Or we had the ability to learn it. Please don't mind us staying on my... Listen, the book's just got a personality. But yeah, so I've literally been questioning all these ideas, all these mentalities, all these thoughts that have come into my head, not in a judgmental way, just in a, who told you that actually? Because does it make you happy? When someone, for example, tells me you're supposed to sit like this, like a lady. Wait, like, where's the book? Like, who made that up, and why is this like universally applicable to everyone, of like all the people that there are in the world? There's 8 billion of us. Are you crazy trying to tell us that we all have to behave in the same way, we all have to like the same things, and that girls like pink and that boys like blue, and that's just the way it is, and and this is gay and this is... Bro, this is all just man-made. And it's so true. So I encourage you to do the same, because I've been feeling so much freedom, and I've actually been learning so much about myself just by questioning some of the ideologies and the behaviors and the thought patterns that I have. It's honestly so great to be able to be self-aware, because listen, to grow you might have to do a little bit of pruning. Okay, you might have to pick the pepper. Pick the pepper. Peter Piper, he picked the pepper. Oh, I did. I actually lost the page that I was on, but one sec, guys. Okay. Okay. That was so long. But yeah, the next thing is that although she may have felt lost, although she was discredited around where she was divinely guided every step of the way. Even though it felt like she didn't know where she was going, she was right where she needed to be at every single moment. With you as well, you could take that on and realize that nah, like I am exactly where I need to be. I don't need to ask for more of this moment. I don't need to ask for less of this moment. I'm going through the motions, but it's temporary. Every single obstacle that you thought you wasn't gonna get over, you got over it. So what makes this one any different? She was obedient to her calling. She had a radical decision to make that was seemed impossible, which was to slay the Jabberwocky, which was the very destructive creature that was making everyone's life a living hell, basically. She was the only one that could do it. She had been fully equipped with everything she needed to defeat the enemy, except the belief. All she had to do now was come into agreement that she was the one for the job. Everything else was already written on the story. When I say written in the story, no, I mean physically. They had a whole scroll. And the picture, before they even met Alice, looked exactly like Alice. It was written, babe. You were destined. Greatness is your birthright. So, the belief wasn't something that someone else could give her. Everything else was already set in place. But the belief had to come from within her. Only you have the power to make yourself believe it is within you. The same way no one can really force you to believe in God. Like, they can make you go to church. They can make you read the Bible. You can recite the Bible every day if you wanted to. But your heart can still not be in it. No one can make your heart be in it. You know what I'm trying to say? It's up to you to put that faith into action. To be like, nah. If I'm that girl, I'm going to walk in there with my chest high. Is it chest high? With my chin high. And do what I need to do. And I'm not going to feel like I'm out of place because I got a place. I'm not in here for no reason. And that's reason enough. You know? So, wow, there's so much we can get into. But I want to also say that her obedience and her bravery, her completing her purpose, brought honor to her, but also was attached to other people's freedom and breakthrough. So the people that lived in this land, in this wonderland, they was all also dependent on Alice to complete her assignment. They was waiting and expectation. They had the faith that she would do it, but also the faith that it would do what it needed to do in that community, you know. In the same way, you don't even know the full length of what your breakthrough is going to do for other people, or who it's going to inspire, who is going to, you know, convey it, who is going to listen. We don't actually know everything, but it will all make sense in due time. Alice was following that rabbit, she didn't know she would be ending up doing all that. She thought she was going for a cute little ride. She thought she was just stepping out to the shop. Even not to the shop, but she came back a whole new person. She came back because she knew what she wanted to do. She didn't, by the way, I don't know if I should spoil it, but if you don't know about Alice in Wonderland, come on now. I'm just going to say this. She knew what she wanted to do. And it wasn't getting married to that lord. So, in the same sense, we need to ask ourselves the same questions. Are we gonna do what the world thinks is proper, or what I think is proper? And what you think is proper should be the happiness from within, should be the direct source from God. I got so much to tell you guys. I could talk about Alice in Wonderland forever, but one thing that I really do want to do is read the actual book by Lewis Carroll, because I've watched the movie so many times. And I'm a reader as well, so it just makes sense. But yeah, I will definitely do a book review on that, and I will be more than glad to debrief some more. But I will thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I hope that you got something good out of it. Hope that you feel uplifted. And let me know if you love Alice in Wonderland, or you got like a deeper understanding of a different movie that to some people is just regular schmegular. Let me know. And subscribe and like and all that good stuff there. And see ya.